Wait up a minute. Anthony Edwards has flaws? Now, this is mainly a video about the Los Angeles Lakers. You want to know a huge mistake that the Minnesota Timberwolves just made before their game against the Lakers later tonight? Well, let me tell you, the last thing that you want to do historically in the playoffs is poke the LeBron bear. There are reports now coming out saying that their game plan is to, quote, tire him out and hope that that is the thing that helps them win the series. And sometimes in life, it's just better to keep your mouth shut. I don't expect LeBron to handle that well, insinuating that he is an old man, even if he is an old man in NBA basketball standards. After the way that the Lakers played defense last game, the last thing in the world that the Timberwolves want is to add fuel to that fire. Minnesota was going to have trouble with that defense regardless, and it shows that the Lakers are a very dangerous team when they want to be. They still have a young roster of guys who are very physical, who are gritty, are willing to make steals, to dive on the floor, to get all up in Anthony Edwards and Naz Reid's face. And of course, I don't expect the Timberwolves to go without a fight, but it shows me that the Lakers are going to just keep figuring this out as they continue to assimilate Luka into their world. I love to see what Jared Vanderbilt's doing on the floor. I love to see Austin Reeves letting it fly. And I was very complimentary of Ant Edwards in my last video because I don't see a ton of holes in his game. I find him to be surprisingly discerning for a guy with such a big ego and so much raw ability and talent. But the one thing I saw during game 2 was actually, no, he doesn't typically force it. And I wouldn't consider this forcing it, but when Luka or LeBron or any of these dudes hit a pretty devastating three, Anthony Edwards wants to go to the three-point line and do the exact same thing almost immediately after. And to me, that's a little bit of ego. That's a little bit of, definitely, I wouldn't say immaturity, but it's definitely a situation where the kid, he loves shutting the crowd up. He loves having that type of energy behind him when he's at home, and he does want to go dog for dog, and he does want to be that dude. If you remember, when he was on Team USA last summer, he said that he, of all people, should be the one to take the final shot. And I don't know if you know this, but that has a team, all of the best guys in the NBA, and Anthony Edwards, with his straight face, said, "I'm the one." And so you don't typically see it from him, especially not in the regular season. But we'll see how, if the Lakers get on a run, how Anthony and the rest of the team respond. Because it's also surprising to me that can get rid of Cat and still somehow really not look like that much different of a team. So you basically, Naz Reid is the one who replace Cat just sitting on the three-point line, and you're not getting elite defense from him anyway. So it's clear that Cat means a lot more to the Knicks organization than he does, or at least did, to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, to me, he's just not special. I don't get it. I understand why Luka was barking in his face saying, "You can't effing guard me," last year. So I don't know, Rudy Gobert and Steph Curry and Tyrese Halliburton are just not super loved by other NBA players. There's just something about them that rubs guys the wrong way. I never really find myself super impressed with Gobert, but he is the anchor to their defense, and so they've been playing pretty good defense early in the series, especially in game 1. So this will be an interesting one. The Lakers are no longer home. They're going to Minnesota. There's no doubt that Minnesota is going to try to take the lead in the series and not let the Lakers get a game, because basically what we're seeing right now is when the Lakers are in control and can game plan and make adjustments, that's when they are most dangerous. They looked like two completely different organizations between game 1 and game 2. And so if you're the Wolves, you have got to put your foot on their neck as soon as you get an opportunity to. JJ and LeBron are going to be cooking something up, and you better make sure that you have a lead when they do so. As always, appreciate you stopping by. We're going to continue to cover the NFL draft as well as NBA playoffs, which have been super fun. Some games way more competitive than I thought. For example, the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham is no joke. So we are having a lot of fun. I am going to continue to keep pumping this content out. If you have things that you want to hear, see, listen to, please go ahead and drop it in the comments. I look forward to engaging with you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I appreciate it. It all helps support the channel. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.